This episode of Musical Hell is brought to you by Midnight Musicals. Welcome to the podcast Musical Underground. And by Cafe Himbo Cookbooks, celebrating his 10th anniversary. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Diva from Musical Hell, and I know the score.
If you've taken a course or two on music history, you've probably heard of John Cage's 4:33, which involves the performer or performers sitting in silence for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. And that sounds like a prank or something you'd find in a satire of pretentious avant-garde art, but Cage was putting forth some interesting ideas. True silence, the complete absence of sound, is seldom present, certainly not in a concert hall full of increasingly confused patrons. 4:33 invites the listener to become aware of the sounds around them, so that the true composition becomes the ambient noise of the space, and prompts the question on where precisely the line between noise and music is. Which is a question I had a lot on my mind when revisiting Sylvain Chomet's odd little 2003 film, The Triplets of Belleville. Chomet's story of small but feisty Madame Souza, who embarks on a journey to rescue her beloved grandson Champion after he's kidnapped while competing in the Tour de France, is told almost entirely without dialogue, which, for animation, isn't all that extraordinary. Wordless storytelling has long been a staple of the genre, from Disney's Silly Symphonies to Wile E. Coyote's slapstick antics to Shaun the Sheep. But in most cases, the soundtrack compensates for the lack of spoken language, adding to the mood and emphasizing story points. Belleville does have a jazzy score by Benoit Charret, and it's very effective. I particularly like the theme for the Mafia villains, with its sinister bass and muted trumpet. There's also some interpolation of classical music, including an excellent use of Mozart's great Mass Kyrie for the scene where Madame Souza pursues her grandson's abductors across the ocean. The stately progression of the piece is a good fit for her ceaseless determination. But for the most part, the scenes in Belleville are presented without underscore. With neither speech nor music, it falls on the ambient noise to set the mood of the scene, which is often one of loneliness, alienation, or impatience. The sounds of Champion's post-workout routine emphasize the agonized wait of his dog Bruno for attention and food. At other times, the sound effects become a kind of dialogue. Madame Souza's training whistle becomes an ideal vehicle for her vexation. Eventually, the movie comes to the title city of Belleville, an urban sprawl of New World excess where traffic, sirens, and shouting create the theme music of every large city. And with the introduction of the title characters, a trio of aged vaudeville performers, the ambient noise evolves into found object music, with an impromptu performance punctuated with body percussion. Found music is a key component in the triplets' lives, culminating in a clever cabaret act involving household objects. But the best thing about Chomet's use of sound, whether musical or not, is that he knows when to use it. The scene in which one of Champion's fellow abductees collapses is made even more harrowing by the ominous silence. But with the climactic escape, the underscore comes to the forefront. After all, what's a good chase sequence without music? In the end, Triplets of Belleville, much like Cage's 433, demonstrates that there is more to the art of music than notes printed on the page. And in the end, music is what you make of it. I'm Diva, I know the score, and now, so do you.
Is that it then? What have you got to say to Grandma, eh?